Hello everyone. Once again welcome to the Power Electronics and PLC lab meant for the 5th SEM MI students. We were discussing the PLC programs, development and simulation of various programs till now we have seen. Today let us discuss the lift control ladder programming. We are going to develop this program and going to simulate and see the working of the lift control for the first and second floor. Just we have considered 2 floors as an example. So again, as we had discussed, we are making use of the same tool, that is KV Studio version 6, and the steps involved are similar as we had discussed in the previous lab sessions. And this is going to be the program for the ladder diagram of a lift control, and this is the its operation process, the various steps involved in simulating or understanding how our developed program, lift control program, is going to function. These are the different status and corresponding output status for various input status, the input switches and the motor as output. What we are making use of these input and output devices in our ladder programming, and by turning on and off respective inputs, how we are going to control the motor that is used in a lift operation, that we are going to check or we are going to verify in a ladder program in a simulation, on simulation. So this is the program. This how we have so far developed various simple programs on different control systems like ladder. So far we have seen ladder programming, ladder programming for staircase, direct online, as well as various basic gates. Similarly, based on the logic, we have developed the ladder program for the lift control. Here the basic concept is we are applying what basic concept we will come across in case of the lift control. In lift control, what all will we can see? Okay, we can see here various switches for different operating conditions for the lift. So this switch, as it's been named for your simplification or easy understanding purpose, each switch is being labeled by its respective names along the side with a symbol, a number or a command number. These red lines are called as a command number or a instruction numbers. These are called as a instruction, and these are called as a comments. Whatever you can see here in a green line, these are the comments for understandable purpose. Here the first switch RS2 indicates the request switches by the user, what we can see in the lift named by 1, 2, 3 depending upon the number of floors been used in the lift control. So limit switches are nothing but in the display which senses the moment the lift leaves any floor or activated any floor, you can see the position of the lift. And lift gate is just to make sure that the user is inside, completely inside or outside the lift. Then only the lift gate closing and opening will ensure you to make use of the further operation of the lift. And here it is the motor. Depending upon the lift gate position, limit switch position, and RS2 position, and up and down position, the lift is going to operate. That is, we know that lift moves up and down. So the up and down movement is being controlled by the motor. So now let us see its simulation. Here for further indication, let me explain you clearly. When this lift gate is open, no motor will get turned on because it will ensure the safety. As long as lift is open, our output will be in a off state. It indicates clearly that lift is not set into operation or lift is not set into motion. So now once the lift gate is closed and the RS2 or else the up button, or you can say that outside the lift you will find first up and down button depending upon the user request. Pressing or depressing the up and down button, you are going to find the lift to your position. Then the opening of the lift gate ensures that lift will not set into operation. So once the up or a RS2 switch is closed and once lift gate open switch is closed, our output will be on. It indicates clearly that lift is set into motion, and hence now setting up of a generally lift will be on a ground floor. Once there is no option for going still down, so ultimately definitely it will move to the first floor, isn't it? Let us see how this is going to function. So we simulated it. Let us run it. See, now I am pressing lift gate. See, just lift gate closing will not ensure you the movement of the lift up or down until unless the user presses the floor to be supposed to be reached. So here up, this is the up button, or else any see here what I did, either you can press 001 or else up. Request button, this is the request to switch. The moment you press the request switch, either you can press request switch button or else up button, provided you must turn on the limit switch. Yes, then only your lift will be set into motion towards the upward direction. So this is the indication of lift set in a motion towards upward direction. Now here again lift open will not make sure the lift for downward direction. This whole rung meant for a downward movement of the lift. So until unless your lift gate is closed and either of RS1 or else down switch must be closed, provided this LS2 must be closed. I told either of any of these two switch must be closed. Then here the moment either R7 or else R7 is nothing but a request switch by the user and the down switch by the user. Either of these two switches, if any one is pressed with provided LS2 pressed compulsorily, and make sure that LS1 is depressed, then only the lift will be set into downward movement. Let us check that. Here, until we press LS2 switch on, motor will be in a off state, hence no movement. The lift will be in a standstill position. The moment I press limit switch 2, the motor sets or lift sets to downward movement. So this is by pressing the request switch S1 I am showing. Now even if I depress it and press the down button that is given outside the lift, then also if the user enters the lift and presses the lift gate, make sure that lift gate should be pressed, that lift gate is closed, and this, it is not a switch here, it will make sure that lift gate is closed, and the user has to press the LS2 switch to ensure the downward movement of the lift. So then also your lift will be set into downward motion, that is second floor to first floor. So either of these switches, any of these switches is turned on, our lift will be set into upward or downward motion. As we have seen, the upward rung will make sure you the upward motion, and downward the below rung will ensure that the downward movement of the lift. I will repeat the whole process once again. Just have a glance. If the lift gate access is open, if the lift gate access is open, that is if this gate is open, what it means, the lift will not set into operation. Why? Because it is dangerous to operate the lift in a open gate condition. So in order to make sure that our lift sets into operation, we have to first close the lift gate. So closing will ensure, here I am pressing the this relay, lift gate relay, in the sense our lift gate is closed. Then after entering into the lift and with ensuring gate closed, either by pressing up or the request switch RS2, or else the motor up button, by either of these three, and provided compulsorily the limit switch button on, we can make sure that so here, in order to show you the output status, I have to run it once again. So I am making sure that limit switch is on, lift gate is on. So here the limit switch for this LS1 and LS2, I have a dual condition set up here. You have to make sure that we need to have a continuity, the connectivity between from left end to right end. Here the open condition will make you have to make sure that your this switch is off, then only this condition, this status will be on. Similar condition we will find here. If this is off, this will be on, which will ensure you that whether it is, if it is it has reached, the lift has reached the top or the second floor, then it is a clear indication that it has left the ground floor. And this turn on will indicate that, this turn off will indicate that it has left the second floor and reached the ground floor. So you have to be very careful while activating this limit switches LS1 and LS2. So for your understanding purpose, I will repeat the whole process, how the overall operation of the lift control is going to happen. Initially, if the lift gate access is open, the lift will not operate. Make sure that if once the lift gate access is closed, that is lift gate, wherever it is given, you have to be very careful, lift gate is closed, and if either LS1 must be turned on, if either R001, that is request switch S2, or else up switch is on, your motor will start moving towards the upward direction and reaches the lift will be moved to first floor. Now if the lift gate is on and LS1 is off and LS2 is on, provided either if RS1 or else down switch is on, the lift starts to move downwards the moment RS1 is pressed. So this is how it works, vice versa, depending upon the limit switch position in first rung and second rung. So make sure that when it is when lift leaves the position of the ground floor, it moves to the second floor. When LS2 leaves the position of the second floor, it moves towards the ground floor. This is how the lift control operation takes place. So in the last slide we have seen the operation of the, in the last slide, okay, in the so far we have seen how the ladder program for the lift control is going to operate. We have tested it for its output and giving the various input status. So this slide clearly gives the information about what is the lift gate and its different various conditions, limit switch and its various conditions, request switch, like cabin switch position, that is up and down, and the motor up and down movement of the overall lift movement towards the up and down direction. So just carefully follow this table. Hope you would able to understand clearly the overall operation of the lift control. Thank you for watching. Hope you could follow the contents or explanation. Thank you so much.